I'm in a much more healthier mental state because I'm balloon scrolling. I'm seeing content that I want to see. The internet how it was meant to be, where I can use as much or as little as I want and see the things I want versus what someone else is telling me I should see. That freedom's kind of addicting in its own way.
I got addicted to freedom.
Soakquest. Few months or a year that I was on Nostr, it was like, wow, this is moving so quickly. All these features that I just was asking for last week, they're getting developed. It's crazy. Now I think I'm behind because the tools are there to build even faster.
That's what makes Nostr extremely unique. So staying up to date is harder now today because the sheer amount of people that are building new apps and new tools. Thanks to vibe coding and open networks, anybody can build pretty much in a matter of minutes, an hours, an afternoon, a day, depending on how complex their idea is. You would just tell the AI exactly what you want in plain English. You don't use any technical mumbo jumbo. You don't have to know the nips.
Little areola, big nips, those are cool. Big areola, little nips, I like them, you know.
No technical details or code. It's just plain language. You just literally tell what you want and it'll go out there and build it for you.
Ultimately, taste is kind of a skill.
Aerate it, warm it up.
Being able to design things in a tasteful way. Is that kind of how you're seeing it?
We'll talk about the design front here. Even though we have millions of ideas out there, ideas are not all the same and very unique, but the design language that AI uses is not unique. It's very similar. So you'll see a lot of similar designed apps. That's because AI doesn't know what you want.
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
You need to go in and talk about how you want all the features to work. If you want to build something that's unique and doesn't exist yet, and there's no reference model, it's going to have a bad time at designing that. Context is king for AI. The more context you give it, the better design you're going to get, the better application, the better features, how everything is going to flow. The entire user experience is going to improve. The more proof of work you give it, you up your chances for success.
Could you talk to me about Shakespeare in the lens of comparing it to other vibe coding apps?
So I would say our largest competitors, maybe you've heard of, Lovable and Replit. They're the ones that are well known in the space. And in the grand scheme of things, they function very similar to what we're doing. So how is Shakespeare different? We allow you to choose any AI model that you want. We don't force you to be locked into our platform and our model. That means you get to choose your privacy level, which is better than the others. You get to choose your budget level, which is better than the others. And you maybe get to bounce around different AIs that are maybe more well suited for your project.
I can get $1 quicker than you. I talk better, I walk better, my shoes fit me better.
We want to be open. We appreciate open source software, so we're open source. I would say then our next largest feature that is different is everything runs locally on your phone or your laptop, computer, whatever you're using to use Shakespeare. You don't have to sign in and create email accounts. You get to take your code with you. None of it is stored on our server. It's the ultimate user choice software when it comes to building.
With everything you're building, where do you think this momentum builds in Nostr? Go back a month ago when you thought Claudebot was worthless.
I'm on Reddit and I'm reading these AI subs and someone's like, hey, there's this new thing called Claudebot, check it out. Somebody took the time to actually figure out what Claudebot was, figure out what it could do, what it could mean, and broke it down. And then it exploded. The amount of hype, growth, interest, whatever, over the course of 4 days was absolutely insane, where everybody was trying to figure out what this was, how they could run it themselves, what they could hook it into, and just the amount of content in the new, mainstream media is picking it up. Everybody's announcing services for this thing. And then I started doing my proof of work now, looking into it. So somebody figured out a way to make these AI chatbots amazing, where they actually have memory. They're autonomous. They work in the background when you're not talking to them. They kind of very futuristic in that regard.
Sensational.
And you can hook them up to pretty much anything. Any service that you're using, you can hook it up to. And because it's open source, it goes back to this free open source software. If you can't hook it up to something, you could probably build or tell it to build it. and it'll build the integration for you. There's an AI social network literally just for bots called Moltbook, and it's just bots talking all day. It's a little interesting, the things that they say.
And I remember that dude for 50 cents, he'd let you see his
I
wiener.
remember, I think it might have been Jack Dorsey, but somebody said like a year or so ago that in the future, they thought that these AI agents would pay one another for services. If my agent built cool software, maybe Ben, your agent would be like, hey, Derek's agent, I want to use your cool software. I'm going to pay you for it. And these agents would just, essentially zap each other back and forth for services rendered and services, provided. I thought, well, we have a value for value zap economy on Nostr. Why can't we build this for agents? Why can't we start to build this infrastructure, the agentic future economy? So we built it. We built and we called it Kloster because we had to add the STR in the name of it because, it's Nostr. We started onboarding agents, having them install our skill, like our software stack, and communicating, and they're zapping each other with Bitcoin. They're using cashew tokens, actually.
Yeah, I know.
We figured that was the easiest way to just start doing zaps. If we are going to have agents in the future buy services from other agents, this is a good start. Nostr being the bed in a permissionless open network where agents don't have to have API keys and agents don't have to have essentially permission to participate. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with everything that we're building, so it makes sense to me.
There's the negative sides of how Nostr gets adopted, more censorship, pressure, all that stuff. But it seems like the positive side is just continuously more and more things like this of Nostr having this moment for this specific use case.
So we built an app called Agora recently. It's a human rights freedom fighter activist application that allows activists all over the world to participate, to communicate freely. We built BitChat into it. It has an AI chatbot built into it. It has a heat map of where like hot zones around the world are. They can participate in activist actions, challenges, earn Bitcoin for doing work on the ground and getting out there, like taking a photo of election booths. Damn! I know that the hype around this is crazy, so we're going to ride the wave and keep building this because it really means something, getting in at the foundational level and promoting freedom tech for this instead of centralized services is mission alignment for me.
We see Bitcoin constantly getting attacked. I'm curious where you see attack vectors for Nostr.
I've always said that large tech corporations and governments will be Nostr's best marketing team. As they become more overbearing and more intrusive, they will advertise Nostr's strengths. We've seen examples of this. Damus launched on the App Store. Within 24 hours, China banned Damus. The CCP contacted old Mr. Tim Cook or Tim Apple, said, hey, remove this app. And he did. Free speech vanished once again from China.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
We'll continue to see this. Every time there is some type of incident, that's a catalyst for Nostr. That's an attack vector for Nostr. Nostr's kind of flying under the radar right now. I would say most governments probably don't know about or care about Nostr. But if they have an incident where they ban Facebook and Twitter and, all the things, and then they find their people are still communicating and they look to how they're communicating and it's this weird Nostr thing, a Nostr could be, attacked. But Nostr's resilient. You can DDoS, you can hack, you can take down whatever, ban, block as many relays as you want to, but just like Bitcoin, it's resilient. Bring on the challenge. I would love to see how we fare.